Hi, and welcome to week 13. This is our professional development showcase week. During this week, you will be sharing what you did for your professional development project, both with me and with your peers, and you'll be having an opportunity to give each other feedback and kudos as well. This is one of my favorite weeks of the course because it's a great opportunity for us to really put into practice the role of advocacy that we really try to intentionally build into this T-cell BDL program, hoping that you've come to see yourself not only as someone who is learning about how to support MLLs, but as someone who can advocate and share this information with others. So this week, we don't have any readings. I want you to put your focus on reflecting on the PD project and engaging with the materials that your peers are sharing. For your reflection, you're going to be creating a video that should be approximately 5 to 7 minutes long. And I've outlined what elements I want you to include in your video in both the assignment description and rubric and on Brightspace on the page for this week. So you can scroll down and see the 3 elements you should make sure you include. First, I want you to tell us what you did and why, give us some of the rationale. So that means, telling us why you picked the topic that you did, who your audience was and why, what specific goals you had for this professional development session, and then tell us what went into the planning and how it actually went, what you actually did. So kind of going through that process with us. And during that, you're welcome to share examples. If you have PowerPoint slides or any visuals that help us to better understand what you did, you can share those as you're talking. Then the second component is reflecting upon how it went. So that's where you will tell us what went well and anything that you would do differently if you were to do it again. And for that section, if you have any evidence of how the audience engaged with the material or if they're learning, please share that. So if you collected exit tickets, you could perhaps share some of what you learned from the exit tickets at the end of the PD session. Or if you want to anecdotally provide some comments or questions that came up during the PD, just to give us a sense for kind of your takeaway on how it went and the evidence that you're using to get that understanding. And then finally, number 3 is reflecting upon your own learning from this experience. So part of the reason that I built this assignment into the course is I want you to think about yourself as I mentioned earlier, as someone who is an advocate. So I want you to think about what was it like for you to put together a PD and deliver this information to your colleagues or your peers or whomever the audience was. What did you learn from doing this? What questions do you still have? Did it change the way you think about supporting MLLs in any way or about your own role as an advocate for MLLs? So that's kind of the summative reflection at the end. So once you've finished that video, please upload that reflection and any artifacts that you have from your professional development session to the assignments portal, and that's due by Sunday. And then you can take that same video and those artifacts and upload them to the discussion board. And that is also due by Sunday. So just make sure you get those into the 2 places. And you do not need to have any other written reflection for your post this week. It's just the video and your artifacts. And then as part of the showcase in response, this week, you'll be viewing at least 2 of your peers' posts and writing some responses to them, asking questions, giving them some suggestions for something else they could have done or something they could think about, giving them kudos on something you think was really strong. And I do ask that you make sure that everybody gets feedback on their project. So please look and see how many people have already provided feedback when you're selecting which ones to do. And start with the ones that have 0 or 1 person's response first before finding another one. You are welcome to do more than 2 also. So if you would like to view additional professional development showcases, great. It's always wonderful to have more feedback, but please do at least 2 so that everybody can get a minimal a couple of people looking at their work. And that is it for this week. So it's intentionally a lighter week because next week is our final week of the semester, and your school or district-based problem paper or your advocacy paper is coming due pretty soon. So I wanted to give you a little bit of time to also put towards that paper. So in addition to the PD project and the showcase, set aside some time this week to do some work on the paper. And feel free to reach out if you have questions as you're working. I know some of you have already submitted your papers for feedback, and so you've got some things you're working on based on that. But regardless, I'm here to support if you have questions as you continue to work on that paper and get it ready for the final submission. So that is it for this week. I look forward to seeing you all next week in our final week of the course, and hope you have a great rest of your day.